Hi guys, welcome to 30.0. Thank you for joining my channel today. Today is going to be a very sensitive topic. So if you're here and you're going through a miscarriage, if you're here and you've been through one, if you're here because your wife, your partner, your mom, your sister, or somebody you know, a good friend that's gone through it, and you just want to get some answers or see what you can do for them, or see what you can do for yourself, or the process, or how to heal, then you're in the right place. Okay, well, thank you for joining, and let's get started. So I recently went through a miscarriage. Like I said, I recently went through a miscarriage. It's been I think this is month 6 now since it happened, and I'm just finally getting back to being me again. So I'm just going to tell you some of the things that I went through that I think generally people go through. I am no expert in this field, and I'm just trying to be as sensitive as much as I can and hopefully shed some light somewhere. Okay, so for me, when it first happened, to be honest, I did cry, but I was also in denial. I denied. I couldn't believe that it happened because there was no way. For the first time in my life, like, I went to the hospital early. I was taking my vitamins. You know, I was exercising lightly, so I knew, like, I was doing everything right, like eating the right food and all that. But no matter how much what we do, if God says it's not the time yet, it's not the time yet. But it took me a long time to accept. So I was in denial. I went for my ultrasound on Thursday. They told me, and I couldn't believe it. So I waited until the next day when they were going to do another ultrasound from my doctor. Because where I went for the ultrasound is advanced radiologist. Is a different place than when I go to my hospital for my prenatal care. So I did cry a lot, and then I stopped crying, and I convinced myself, oh, the equipment was effective, and I prayed and I asked God to revive the baby. And how comes it's 13 weeks and they're saying the baby had stopped growing 8 weeks, which is like almost 5 weeks, and why is it my body releasing the baby? So, but finally, when I came to just accept, or just, we've been to the doctor like 2, 3, 4 ultrasounds, nothing. A week has gone by. Then we had to do the surgery to, remove everything from my body, because otherwise, if it starts getting rotten in there, I'll get into a toxic state. So once that happened, then came the nights where you will sleep, and then you start having dreams. You're gonna have dreams about, kids. You're gonna have dreams about. I dreamt, so I don't know if you will dream, but I dreamt, and some dreams were nice, and some dreams were not so nice. It was just, kids, and like I'm stretching out to touch them, and they disappear. Or I'll dream like, something bad happens and we're at a funeral. So it was just weird dreams for like a few weeks. And I remember crying a lot for the first few weeks. I'll wake up crying. And because I already had 2 other kids, if you don't have kids, it's even harder. I know. When you have other kids, it's hard because I used to imagine all of them together, but now I also had, because my other 2 are very young, they're below 5, age 5, so I needed to like not be crying all day and be strong for them, because during the day it was just me before my husband came back home. So I would cry in the shower, and then when he came back home I took care of them, then I'll cry at night. Of course, I'll wake up in the morning with really big puffy eyes, red. And my kids sometimes will catch me crying, and I'll be like, Mommy, you're crying again? Because I was crying a lot. And it's hard because I'd imagine them playing with the baby, and interacting and all that. So you do go through the crying stage, you dream. When my favorite music would play, I wouldn't even bother. Like, it didn't feel like music. It just felt like noise, you know. And I finally accepted, and it was hard, you know. And you start to let go, because where you used to sit on the couch and be like, oh, you know, my baby, now you're sitting on the same couch, looking at the same TV, looking at everything the same, and you're like, wow, this new baby who was supposed to be here is not going to be here. And it's a different reality for you, even though you're still in the same environment, and you have to deal. And it's hard. And you have to know it's going to be hard. But eventually, you'll get to a place where you can talk about it. You'll get to a place where you can look at the sun again and look at the flowers and look at the colors and be like, oh, you know. Or look at kids and appreciate kids. Appreciate life. But it will take time. So for me, it took me a few weeks, and then I eventually stopped crying. I would go maybe 3-4 days without crying, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm getting better. And I go to day 5, and then maybe something small happens, and then the tears again. But it was better than crying every day. So you eventually start healing slowly. You get to a point where you go, you know, almost a whole week, and you don't cry, and you're like, oh, I didn't cry. And then you get to week 2, and maybe you just cry once, and then you're like, okay, you know, and not so much. And week by week, it gets a little bit better, just a little bit better. I definitely know when I pray at night, when we used to pray with my kids at night, I always used to say, you know, thank you, God, for today. But now when I say it, I just don't say it. Like, I mean it. You get a new appreciation for life. Like, you really value life, because, you know, life just you know. Life is not in our own hands. Like, life is God-given, and He gives and He takes. But you have a new, like, a deeper appreciation for life, because you just don't take it for granted. You just don't say, you know, thank you for life anymore when you pray. Or when you get up in the morning and you open your eyes. It really hits you. There are people who don't wake up in the morning and open their eyes, or there's new life that starts and it stops. The other day I was at the park with my kids, and then this guy said, he was older, so he said, and the cicadas came. I'll tell you about the cicadas later. But I think they come like every 17 years. It's like this big bug that comes every 17 years. And he said, I'm glad they came when I'm still here, because the next time they come, I won't be here. And he's like 60 something, and I'm like, it's like, who knows? Like, don't say that. And he said, you will definitely be here. I'm like, this day's life, you can't guarantee it. You're not the one who gives it. And I have seen people who are my age who passed away. I have seen people who are 89, 90 years old, and they're still healthy, moving around, driving themselves to McDonald's and eating a sandwich. And I'm like, okay, grandma, power to you. And so you get a deeper appreciation for life. And I feel like even though I was angry, you get angry too. I was angry at God for some time. I don't understand why He did what He did, but when you start just thanking Him for the little things, for breathing, for being able to see, for being able to move around, for having a roof over your head, you start to appreciate a lot of things that you take for granted, or that I take for granted. So I think with the miscarriage, it brought new meaning for me for life, and a new meaning for things that are important. Like when I talk to my friends, I value my conversations. It's like, hi, how are you? Like, how are you really doing, you know? if they had gone through something and they told me about it, I would bring it up later and say, how are you? Is the situation better? Are you doing okay? And I try to uplift them, talk nicely to them, be kind to them, and because you never know whose life you're touching. So that's one thing you can do, like for yourself and for others, like be kind to other people, even if you're going through this. And the other hard part is deciding if you're going to go through it again. Will you get pregnant again? Do you want to try have a baby? Some people do. For me, I definitely want time, because this was hard for me, and I'm already blessed with 2. So that's why I'm taking more time now, because it was really hard and I don't want to cry so much. And I think I'll be so conflicted if I am pregnant again, because one of my friends did have a miscarriage a few years ago and she got pregnant again, and during the whole time it was hard for her to be really, really happy, because she had gone far. Like, she was almost like 7 months when this happened, and she gave birth to a still baby. So getting pregnant again, you're scared. Are you gonna have the baby full time? Is everything gonna be okay? Every time you go to the hospital, if you go to the same hospital, you're reminded of, oh, the last time I was here, I was pregnant, this happened. The last time I was here, like, I'm afraid to go to advanced radiology. I know it's stupid. But after my miscarriage, I did have complications, and so I had to go back again for another ultrasound. And I remember going to advanced radiology and just sitting in the car outside for a while before I went in, because I had been there before, and the last time I went, it wasn't good news. So it takes time. So if you decide to go again, I'm praying for you. I'm sending you good vibes, and I pray God and all the energies in the universe will just connect in the right way, and you'll have a bouncing baby and healthy baby. For me, I'm going to take time, and hopefully if I do decide again, we'll see how it is in the future. What was the other thing? Once you decide, then you have to figure out how to cope. It's not gonna, it's like, let's say you have a broken leg, right? Like, if your leg breaks right now, there's no way you'll get up and run. I don't care. There's no way. Even if you get up and run because there's a bomb next to you, you will have to hop on that one leg. So there's no way life will go back to being exactly and perfectly the same way. But you have to figure out, how can you hop around until this other leg heals properly, so you can start walking again. And you'll have to make adjustments, if it's just taking one day at a time, taking 1 hour at a time, until you can get to a better place. I feel your pain, and I'm only here because I know you will be able to get better. And you will start to enjoy life again, and start looking forward to things, and start listening to music, or enjoying food, or going outside and sitting in the sun and looking outside, and appreciating other, your friends when they tell you that they are pregnant, and figuring out how not to be awkward in the situation when your best friend calls and says yes, and you're like, yeah. But if you're going through it right now, I'm sending you all the love and all the hugs, and it's hard, and it's okay to not be okay, but in good time you will be okay. You will be okay. You will be okay. So some of the things for me that I think helped me to get to this position. So for me, some of the things that I did and I feel that helped me was having a wonderful family. You know, if you're blessed with a good family, thank God. If you're not, I hope you do have at least one friend or somebody you can talk to. Or if you don't, you can also go for therapy. Therapy will help, and you'll get somebody who can listen, who can care, show you kindness and love at the time that you need it the most. For me, my family was there. They will call every day because they live far, so they can't come see me every day. But they will call, send me messages. Same for my friends. There are friends who are not friends anymore. They're family to me now because I've only not had fun with them in my life, but when I went through the hardest, toughest thing so far, they were there. And they proved they're not only hangout buddies, they stay in good and in bad, and they hold me down. So I would wish you the same. So if you can, therapy or family. The other thing that got me through this was prayers. At first I got in prayer, I was asking a lot of why. And then I finally came to a place where I would say, okay, God, show me how to survive this, or how to overcome, or this pain that I'm feeling, like take it away, make it better. So every day or every moment I'll just ask God for strength and to help me. And if you're religious or if you believe in God, that's a really good resource, like to hold on, to be able to get better and get into a better situation. Another thing is deciding whether you want to do a memorial or a funeral. Different people do different things. So for me, I just wanted to do a prayer service because if the baby did come to life, we would have prayed, we would have been happy, we would have shown it to the whole world. So I wanted the most important people in my life to be there when I acknowledge this life that was in me, this ripple effect. When you throw a stone in the middle of the water, you see the ripples go. So this for me was that. Even though it was like the smallest thing and a lot of people did not feel it, it made a big ripple effect in my life. And I wanted to share it with people who I believed cared and who would be gentle with me at that time that I needed. So I did a small memorial where we just prayed. A few friends said, kind words, and we said goodbye. And you can do balloons if you want to and let them go, up the sky and do your farewell. I did lanterns. It was just kind of me saying, you brought light into my life and I appreciate the time that we had together, and this is me saying goodbye for now, but I'm still gonna hold you in my heart. You're my baby forever. Other people decide to get a pet. I wanted to get a pet. I wanted to get a dog or something. I really did, but that extra love that I was feeling, let me just give it to my kids that I've been blessed to have. Or some people decide to plant a tree. It's huge, and a lot of people feel like doing something to show life or love, or get a small plant and water it. It's a different feeling and meaning. So I don't know what you might decide to do. Other people get memorabilia, like this one says a piece of my heart is in heaven. I don't know if you guys can see it. A piece of my heart is in heaven, and it has a stone So this is like the December stone, because for me in December is actually when I lost my baby, even though I didn't know until January. So you can get those on the internet. Some places, some people sell them. Other than that, for me, I was eating a lot and sleeping a lot. Not because I was sleeping, but because I was just being lazy. So to get back into healing, I started walking a little bit, even though it's not much. Like I will walk like 3 or 4 houses from my house. I will start saying hi to people that I don't normally talk to, and I will sit outside. I'll just go and stand outside and feel some of the sunlight, or take a chair and sit outside and drink my breakfast outside or eat my lunch outside. Walk on the grass without shoes. If you have a park that has water, I would go there and just sit, play in the sun a little bit, just appreciate nature and life itself. And I wasn't looking forward to going out, but I've started going to lunch again, to a restaurant, going to places that I'd visited when I was pregnant, and just getting the courage to go there again, because people don't remember, but if you've been to a place when you were pregnant before, the next time you go, you'll be like, I was pregnant the last time I was here. Even if it's a friend's house, they won't know, but you will think it. And it affects you differently, but you just have to be okay and keep going. And it's okay not to be okay in some moments, but it'll get better as time goes by. And if you're somebody's friend, wife, husband, boyfriend, like you didn't go through it, but you want to help somebody, the most important thing for you to do is be consistent. If you can, reach out, say hi, how are you doing? Say, I really want to know how you're doing. Even if it's a week or two, just say, how are you recovering? It's okay to ask. I actually appreciate it when people ask me, instead of just assume that I'm okay. Even after a month goes by, it takes time. It takes a long time. And if you can, and you get nice messages on the web, send it to them. It might help them feel a little bit better. Getting to a point where you're able to talk about it and tell your friends, this is what I went through, this is what I'm going through, and hopefully you can help me through it. So some friends will understand, some will not. Some will get over it. Some will be like, oh, just try again immediately, as if you didn't break the leg, right? They just want you to keep hopping on that leg. There is something major that has happened, and it needs to heal before you just jump back into it. But the tough part of talking about it is when your friends and your family don't react in the same way you'd want them to react. You'll want to be angry, or you'll just be a little bit frustrated, but everybody's different, and you have to forgive your friends and your family if they don't react in the same way you want them to. And if you can, I'm not saying you shout it or be mean. If you have that one really close person that you feel you connect with, tell them, okay, when I told you the news, you did this, and what I need right now is for you to just stay here quiet, or for you to send me messages if you can, and if you have some friends that you can talk to like that, or a family member that you can talk to, you will see them reacting with the love and kindness. Maybe they don't know what to say, I never used to know what to say. And sometimes I will say things that are not comforting to the other person. It doesn't mean I'm trying to be mean. I just don't know what to say in certain situations. So you have to forgive. I had to forgive family and friends who I thought will be there for better or for worse. Blood thicker than water. Not showing up, not checking on me as often as I would like, but I had to forgive. And you will have to forgive too. And you will be better, and you will still love them, because everybody is different and we love in a different way. So we give love in a different way, and we accept love in a different way. So you'll be able to get over and still be able to hug that person and laugh and be like, it's okay, I'm in a better place. And you'll have other friends who are going to go, and family are going to go above and beyond, like above and beyond, checking on you every day, 2-3 times a day, sending you texts, coming over to give you food, flowers, presents every other day. I hope all of you have that one friend who's on you like white on rice. And I just want to take this moment to say thank you, Sophie, for being that friend for me during that time. I have numerous other friends who were there for me and sent me a lot of messages and love, but I feel you just went one step ahead. Nobody's better than anybody else, but I do appreciate all that you did. Coming over all the time, 3 o'clock in the morning, whenever I called, you were there, and trying to make me be better and feel better and be in a place where I'm okay. Thank you. And to all my family and friends who were there for me, who prayed for me, who comforted me, who up to today still send me messages, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it a lot, and I thank you. For strangers who reached out to me who I didn't know, who saw my last video and felt for me and sent me emails and reached out through a family or through a friend to try to talk to me, I appreciate you. And I thank God for you. And may you continue doing that, not only for me, but for other people that you see who go through a tough time. For everybody who reached out after I sent out my video and I told you what happened, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing me so much love that I didn't know existed. I mean, I woke up the next day with 97 messages from family, friends, and other people that I didn't know. And they were all loving. There was not even one mean one. So it's okay when you're okay to let other people know. And it's okay if you just want to be quiet and not talk about it. It is okay. It is your right. And there's no one way right and one way wrong. So be yourself every day. Another big thing that I feel helped me out was watching like motivating videos and music that kind of picks me up. It's not like dance music, but it's not too sad of a music. It's just there, like maybe a genre you don't really listen to, but it's not, it's not that bad. It picks you up a little bit. It makes you just shake your head and go like this, and then eventually you get back to the crazy music if you like crazy dancing music. But at the beginning, just go slow. That's fine. This has been wonderful, and I want to share one more thing with you guys. Actually, a few more things. I'm going to go through some of the messages that I received that I think you should really listen to. Okay? So here's some of the messages that I got that I liked, and maybe I'll also announce the winner. And let's see how many messages we got. I mean, let's see what good messages we got, not how many. Because I can't pull up all the ones that I received in my personal messages. So just 1 second for me, guys. One of my most favorite messages came from a friend called Marie. I gotta look it up. Where is it? I don't know if this is a poem or you wrote it, Marie, but I already told you this just did it for me. So it says, a child is given to you through God and called back home by Him as well. You gave your unborn baby the most blessed home during this short time with you. And of course, she said, my prayers are with you and your baby. May God provide you comfort and surround you in His loving arms. I love this message because I think one of my other friends told me this at one time, but it didn't really click. But when I read it from Marie, it was like, wow. Like, I was crying a lot and, focusing on the negative. But during the time that I was pregnant, I was in cloud 9. Yes, I was having nausea and complaining about it, but I was happy, happy, glowing. And I'm like, let me do, A, B, C, D, because I know once the baby comes, I'm not going to be able to run around the way I used to. Like, I went for a boat ride. I was just, happy. New Year, I couldn't wait to share the news with everybody. And I called my family and told them, like, it was just the best news ever. And when this baby was alive, like, I was going back to the things that I did and I enjoyed. And specifically because I knew I was pregnant, at night holding my tummy. My 2 kids knew I was gonna have a baby, and having them like lay on my side and talking to their brother or their sister, I don't regret that. I'm happy because I know the baby will know he was loved or she was loved and she was cared for. So that makes me kind of happy. I mean, this baby ate good food. I was trying different foods all day. Enjoyed sunshine because I loved the sun and I would go outside. Couldn't see the scenery, but enjoyed the different sceneries because I literally want to try to go somewhere different every other weekend just so that I can explore the area that I live in as well. And it was just nice, and I experienced that with the baby. Sharing the news with my family. I met with my family I think 3 times during the time of the pregnancy, and all the 3 times it wasn't like a party, but when we meet, everybody has 3 or 4 kids. Like, when we meet, it turns into a party. Like, it's a huge, it's like a lot of people come, there is food, there is music. So this baby got to meet his family and enjoy that. So Marie's message gave me a smile. It gave me a smile, and I already thank you, Marie, but I thank you again because that was beautiful. So I'm gonna read it one more time. So a child is given to you through God and called back home by Him as well. You gave your unborn baby the most blessed home in this short time that they were here with you. So you have to be happy as a mom for doing that. You gave your child the best that you could. So forgive yourself if you have any guilty feelings. Take pride in the good things that you did. If it was the food, if it was getting up, it was moving around, whatever. If you played music, if you went and bought them something, how beautiful it would have been for them to wear it or see it. And your little one appreciates you a lot for that. Okay. That was a personal one that got to me. I'm not gonna read every message that I got, but I'm gonna read some for you, so hopefully it can uplift you as well. Okay. 1 second here.
Can you answer the phone?
Okay. All right. So Okay. And you'll get a lot of messages where people tell you that you are strong and it's beautiful, and some will tell you encourage them. This is another one from my cousin Donnie. Appreciate you. This is Psalms 34:17 is one of the comments. It says, "When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears them and rescues them from all their troubles. May the Lord give you strength to forge ahead." So for you today, if you've had a miscarriage and you're going through this and you're listening to this, I pray for you that the Lord will strengthen you and He hears your cries, and He will come and help you and comfort you to make you and help you feel better. And He will give you strength to forge ahead and keep going. That was a beautiful one. People just saying, you're a beautiful woman, you are strong. It's wonderful to hear. I can't read all of this. This was a lot, but it summarizes a lot of what you're going to go through. You have to. This is from one of my friends. Her name is Sarah, and she has her own YouTube channel called Serene Soaking Sounds, and she sent me Psalms 31. I'm just going to read a little bit. "In you, Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. Turn your ear to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of refuge, a strong fortress to save me. Since you are my rock and my fortress, for the sake of your name, lead me and guide me. Keep me from the trap that is set for me, for you are my refuge. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Deliver me, Lord, my faithful God." I'm going to summarize some of it as well. God hears you, He feels you, He sees your affliction, and He will be there. "Be merciful to me," this is verse 9. "Be merciful to me, Lord, for I am in distress. My eyes grow weary with sorrow, my soul and my body with grief, because your body will be tired of crying and being grieved. But God will give you strength. He will give you strength. But I trust in you, Lord." This is 14. "You are my God. My times are in your hands. Deliver me from the hands of my enemy and for those who pursue me. Let your face shine on me, your servant. Save me in your unfailing love. How abundant are the good things that you have stored up for those who fear you. And number 24, verse 24. "Be strong and take heart. All you hope is in the Lord." Put your hope in the Lord. He will help you through this. There's a lot of good verses that I listen to, and I think maybe I'll just do a segment of verses that I read and that helped me, that hopefully it will help you if you're going through this. To finish off today's video, I know I talked a lot. Another important thing that's going to help you is, the positive motivations and also affirmations, positive affirmations. Like, some of my favorite are, "I am brave. I am brave for what I've gone through, and to be able to be here and keep going, that takes bravery. I am strong. I am strong." Say that and mean it. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I forgive those who are not there in this moment for me as I would like for them to be. I forgive those who are not there for me in this moment as I would like them to be. I am kind to myself. I am kind to myself. I show kindness to others even when I'm grieving or I'm mourning or I'm going through a hard day. I still show kindness to others even when I'm grieving or I'm mourning or I'm going through a hard day. I am enough. I am enough. I am blessed. And think of all the things that you can say thank you for. I am blessed. I know it's hard during this time, but you will get through it. I am loved. I am loved. I gave my baby the best that I could during his short time or her short time in this world. I gave my baby the best that I could during their time in this world. Remember all those beautiful moments that you celebrated and you enjoyed? Cling on to those beautiful memories. I gave my baby the best that I could during the time that they were here on this earth. Another thing people say is, you know how like American Idol or America Got Talent or those shows where you have to compete with so many people and then go to like the final stage and then hopefully win. Some people sometimes get a golden buzzer. It's not funny, but I think of it that way sometimes. My baby got a golden buzzer from the Lord. They did. So instead of having to go through this life that we go through, the struggles, the heartaches, all the beautiful part of life, they got a straight ticket, first class ticket to go straight to God. It hurts because we didn't get that chance to share with them, but you know how you celebrate when somebody gets there and they win and all those golden stuff fall and balloons and everybody is celebrating for them. That's how heaven was celebrating when your baby got there. And they got it on the fastest jet there. I hope you take some comfort, peace, or even if it's one thing that I said today that will help you feel a little bit better if you're going through it, or know how to be there for somebody else. I hope it was a blessing for you. Thank you once again for joining me today, and you take care and have a blessed life, and God bless you. It is going to be okay. You are enough. You are beautiful. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself. Love yourself. Take care. Bye.